exciting race here. Starting in about a minute. Purdue lane 1, UCLA in lane 2, Virginia in lane 3, Michigan in lane 4, and they're off. Bucknell in 5, George Washington in 6. So the second varsity 8, the JV 8, is the mark of the depth of a program, because you can have a pretty good varsity 8 if you have the right couple of guys, couple of women in that boat and do very, very well, but not have the depth in a program to be able to do that. It looks right now it's Virginia and Bucknell just slightly out in front in the starting sequence, along with GW, who started out strong yesterday, and then Michigan and UCLA. So right now, Virginia up in front, along even with Bucknell. We have UCLA in 3rd, Michigan in 4th, but that's all within a seat of each other. George Washington still up there on the outside. Purdue, Ian Jenkins in stroke, being dropped a little bit, but they made the final. Again, if you're out in front a minute and a half in, it means you're either faster or that you've spent a little more energy than you should. So still Bucknell and Virginia up front, UCLA half a seat behind, Michigan the other half of a seat behind. Those 4 crews within about a seat and a half. Let's see who's where. Virginia 37 and a half. Let me double check that. Yep, 37. Bucknell 37 and a half. UCLA, resurgent program, a lot of pride in there. They were a varsity program a long time ago, and their alums from that era have come back and been very, very supportive of their program. A lot of building energy at UCLA about their program. UCLA at 39, and we now have Virginia up by a seat in the 2V, 36 and a half, along with Bucknell still pushing up there in front. Yep, Bucknell in front, Michigan moving into Bucknell, Virginia actually in front, then UCLA, Michigan, and Virginia, and Bucknell a seat behind as they come through the 1,000. We'll see who's got the move here in the third 500. Virginia looking very composed, very nice blade work, pushing along. Michigan trying to move back in, only a seat or so behind. Also very composed rowing. Michigan about a beat higher than Virginia, but Virginia's starting to move out here a little bit, 3 or 4 seats. Bucknell falling off just a little bit. Right now it's Virginia leading, Michigan and UCLA tied in second. Very nice rowing here from UVA. Michigan now putting a move, getting in front of Bucknell, closing in on Virginia as they come to the 4-minute mark. Bucknell still hanging in there very well, pushing very hard, those mighty men. Virginia just out in front by 2 seats. Is it going to be enough? Can Michigan get back in there? You know, there's a lot of respect between those 2 crews, but no love lost. It's very definitely a rivalry here. And Michigan's starting to go. They've closed a seat on Virginia. Bucknell still coming with them. Those 3 crews have gotten out in front of UCLA. I won't say dropped. UCLA still rowing. Michigan moving up now to half a seat. So they're closing on Virginia here as they move. Virginia answering. Now they're even, those 2 crews. Michigan at 38. Virginia at 36. And Virginia now just a seat ahead. Not even, but they're putting a push here to get back out in front. Michigan trying to move back in. This Virginia boat has been moving very nicely, though. It's going to take a lot from Michigan to get back up in them. Doesn't mean it won't happen. Bucknell still hanging there. Got Purdue on the outside, coming and moving up into UCLA a little bit. Looks like Virginia's putting a surge on here. It's hard to tell from the camera angle if they're out in front or not. If they are, it's only a seat. And as we come up top, yes, it's Virginia by a seat with Michigan, and Michigan about 4 seats up on Bucknell. So it's going to see sprint. Virginia moving. Virginia's moving. Looks like they're going to have enough to get there and take the gold medal. Yep, Virginia, Michigan, Bucknell, UCLA, Purdue, and George Washington. A great 2V race. Virginia going just over 6 minutes, 6:04.6. They get Michigan by about 1.4 seconds. A great race from Virginia out in front and then maintaining it. Michigan working hard to push back in. Bucknell sticking in there at 6:07.4. So another 1.4 seconds behind there. Little break back to UCLA at 6:10 with Purdue pushing back up in at 6:11, half a second behind UCLA. And then GW at 16. GW saying congratulations across the water.